What's up, guys? We're back with another update. We'll start this one off with Colby Covington actually giving some positive advice to another UFC fighter. When MMA Fighting asked him how Aljamain Sterling should handle his haters, here's what he had to say about it. I would tell him to just keep being you. In due time, people will have no choice but to respect you. When you keep proving them wrong and just keep silencing them, that's the best revenge. Success is the best revenge. He just got to keep doing his thing. He's doing great things in the business and the company. He's making history in that bantamweight division. I think he's just doing fine. And he shouldn't be really too worried about the haters right now. He should be worried about how his bank account looks. So some great advice from Colby here. Always good to see this side of him. But then they asked him about Cejudo, and here's what he had to say about him. I wouldn't answer the call, man. I wouldn't give him advice because he's already tried to copy and mimic me so much and watch my every move. So we'll have to wait and see how Cejudo responds to this since he's always so active on social media. But next up, we got an update on Conor McGregor. He's talking about Francis Ngannou's deal with the PFL. Here's what he said about it. I'm happy for Francis, first of all. Fair play to him. He's done his thing. I still think he should have came to the resolution with the UFC. Who's he going to fight? Who's he going to fight that's going to capture the general public? There's no one. There's no matchup that I can think of that I can even say to myself that's going to be big. He goes on to say that the deal he did get signed is commendable. He's happy for him. He also said that the UFC could be tough sometimes, so more power to him. He's happy for Francis, but still thinks he should have stayed with the UFC. We got some more news on Conor's return as well. So yesterday he talked about how he's going to return to the UFC against Michael Chandler. He's in the USADA testing pool. Now USADA officials come out and confirmed what he said. Here's the full quote. We have recently been in direct contact with Conor McGregor and he's confirmed today in the media. We expect to receive his paperwork coming out of retirement and re-entering the USADA testing pool immediately. Like other athletes who come out of retirement under the UFC anti-doping policy, McGregor will be subject to testing for at least 6 months and must provide at least 2 negative samples before being permitted to compete. So it looks like Conor was telling the truth in his interview yesterday. Sounds like he will be returning against Michael Chandler and they'll be announcing that fight sometime soon. We'll just have to wait and see for when it's booked. It's at least going to have to be 6 months out like the USADA official said. Next up, we got some more news on Francis Ngannou's deal with the PFL. Francis addresses the shade Dana White's been throwing at him. Here's what he had to say in a recent interview. Listen, we had a long relationship. I respect that. I respect what the UFC has done for me. I appreciate them. I move forward with my life. I had a contract. I fulfilled the contract. We couldn't agree on another one. Then I went on my own way. We should be able to go our own ways without bad blood. I don't have anything personal. I'm just doing business. I'm obligated to do what is good for me. I'm sorry if what is good for me is bad for somebody. As long as I don't hurt you personally, I'm just doing what is good for me. The rest, I don't care. Why should I be upset? Everything has worked out very well for me, so I'm good. So it looks like the narrative's finally changing on Francis Ngannou's free agency. Everybody was saying he's not going to get the bag. So many fighters, promoters, media people like Conor, Chael were criticizing Francis for leaving, saying he's not going to get that money. So let me know what you guys think of all of these positive reactions to Francis signing that major deal with the PFL. Those are all the updates we got for today. If you guys want quick MMA news like this, make sure to follow along. Hope to see you guys in the next one.